Depois de 3 vitórias e uma derrota na Pre-Season, agora vai começar de verdade a temporada regular contra os Steelers. Fazer essa aqui de pré-temporada que não vai ter no calendário oficial da NFL.
Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also...
Quantos jogos eu espero vencer? Cara, eu acho que dá pra tentar 5 vitórias, ou perto disso.
Players have contracts that are about to expire. Re-sign them so you don't lose them to free agency. These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them.
Esse jogo tá bem alto. Eu por enquanto não vou negociar com eles. Isso aí foi uma boa começar assim. Só analisando quando eles querem, ó. No rank é 12 milhões para o próximo ano. Nessa temporada ele oficialmente vai usar em torno de 7 milhões. Que é uma excelente edição, só que é um gasto muito alto, isso deixou o cap bem comprometido. Hoje os Giants têm 20 milhões de cap, com dinheiro destinado aos calouros deve dar uma baixada ali, em torno de uns 7, 8 milhões, dependendo de como que vai ser as escolhas. Quanto mais à frente se escolhe, mais se gasta, né, necessariamente. Eu pretendo usar o quinto ano de contrato de todo mundo que der, então vai ser um tempo a mais que não se vai precisar renovar com todo mundo. Eu vou dar uma mostrada de como é que vai ser quem vai ser os titulares nessa franchise, por enquanto, né? Daniel Jones e com Barkley, normal aqui, sem nenhuma surpresa. Penny como fullback. Eu vou jogar aqui Coleman pra baixo, porque ele teve muitos drops na pré-temporada. Mesmo que o over dele seja alto, ele dropou muita bola livre, que é simplesmente, sei lá, ridículo. Thomas vai começar como left tackle, Hernandes normal, guard, sem ter nenhum problema. Por enquanto aqui seria uma surpresa e eu vou intercalar. Eu tenho meu guard reserva já tá machucado. Notícia nada boa. De qualquer forma, teve muitas lesões nesse jogo de pré-temporada, que eu achei muito estranho e de uma certa forma ridículo, porque por enquanto eu vou falando da formação, mas eu quero mostrar pra vocês como é que vai ser o time que eu quero usar. O BJ Hill vai ser o cara que vai entrar a todo momento. Vou usar como reserva de todas as posições possíveis. Eu vou colocar uma rotação muito grande nos outside linebackers, porque são os caras que vão pra cima do quarterback, primordialmente. O novo sistema de pass rusher basicamente trabalha com memória, então quanto mais jogadores diferentes eles enfrentar, maior fica para eles recordar dessa movimentação que foi usada anteriormente. Consequentemente fica mais difícil para eles prever o que vem depois. Por enquanto assim vai ficar. Eu não vou usar o Breaker, como eu já havia falado. O McKinney não está machucado nesse save, e eu tô pensando em usar. Por enquanto eu vou usar normalmente. Long snappers, running back terceira descida. Então, apesar que eu não quero usar o McKinney, mesmo que eu acho que ele não chega a jogar ele não vai jogar o começo da temporada. Talvez volte lá pelo meio, ou não volte, não se sabe ainda. Tem muito pouca informação sobre o que aconteceu. Sabe-se a lesão que ele teve, mas não se sabe exatamente quanto tempo ele tem de retorno, para retornar, né? Aqui eu vou usar Conen como CBLB. Como corner níquel, né? Eu vou usar o Holmes. No Tick Squad eu já coloquei alguns jogadores que, em vez de cortar, eu joguei pra cá. Queria que seja isso. O free agent foi bem movimentado, não sobrou quase ninguém. Sabe, todo mundo foi contratado por algum time, Harrison e etc. Eu não mexi no Jaguars para cortar o Leonard. Sei lá, não, como foi bem em cima da hora, eu acabei não o fazendo. Irei fazer uma franchise com os Jaguars sem jogar, basicamente só simulando e tentando reconstruir o time. E também irei postar, vai ser um vídeo curto ali, talvez 1 hora, não sei necessariamente. Não vai chegar a ser uma série, mas irei fazer algumas reconstruções, tanto dos Jaguars quanto de outros times que eu achar viável e for oportuno fazer. Outra coisa que eu vou falar, eu abaixei os sliders a respeito de lesão, porque teve muita lesão, cara, para ambos os lados nas minhas partidas. O que eu achei muito tosco, o original é 25, eu botei para 10, porque eu vou mostrar aqui, teve muitas lesões, eu achei tosco, sinceramente. Eu tô com, olha, 1, 2, 8 caras machucados, sei lá, eu acho demais. E a gravidade de lesões são a maioria muito sérias. O Soldo na boca ele não vai jogar, né? Mas ele vai ficar ali quase 2 anos parado. Então, não sei o que dizer sobre essas lesões, né? Creio que seja isso que eu tenho pra falar nessa primeira semana. Consegui trazer também, mostrei, mas não falei. Consegui trazer para a defesa o Logan Ryan. Eu já estava lá para renovar com o CIS dele. Tá com 32 porque o único número que estava disponível para ele ver. Deixar 28. Esse começou por Paul Perkins. Isso foi cortado. Giants. E é isso. Bora pro jogo.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Well, Steeler fans around the country certainly happy to see this sight at quarterback once again for the Pittsburgh Steelers in his old familiar number 7 jersey, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's been the starting quarterback for so long in Pittsburgh. It's hard to believe that last year only played a game and a half before going down with an elbow injury. But Big Ben is back under center, reassumed command of this team. Remember, in the offseason, he said he wouldn't trim his beard until he could throw a football to his teammates. Got that done, got a nice trim, and here he is, starting again for the Steelers.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Eric Ebron.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Steeler ball carrier.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. Great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
They were looking for Johnson that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Kyler Fackrell drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is, and that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care, and when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
At the 29-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Vince Williams on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
First
From
down.
the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the
Good
play.
push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back.
And he's going to be taken down, back around the 35-yard line. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Samuels, the ball carrier.
Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, Jones. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Giants, nothing.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 46-yard line.
Delay of game, offense. Get out of here, man!
So that'll back him up 5. Jones now to throw on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
First down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Samuels. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Smith-Schuster.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Tate. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you think could absorb that contact.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Down at the 20-yard line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Operating from the gun, Jones. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Here's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
3 yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And Tate's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Jones on 1st and 10. He completes it to Tate. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another one on 2nd. Tell you, it doesn't do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And I just wonder in contract negotiations, do you show the 6 points scored, or do you show the yards per carry
I'm showing the 6 points.
No doubt about it. And his team benefits. They don't care about yards per carry. They just care about points up on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. 24-21, the final score. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. 28-21, the final score. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. 17-9 was the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Chris Boswell to kick.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Ballantyne to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Now Jones from the gun on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Marcus Golden.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
17 yards. First down, Steelers.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
This, Charles, the final game of the return to football weekend 2020, but we'll be right back at it in 3 days from now. Thursday night football, Cincinnati and Cleveland. No love lost between those two. A good one in the AFC North. Thursday, 8:20 Eastern on EA Sports. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players, so you never know. 4th-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
You have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
On first down, it's Samuels. Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On 2nd down, it's Connor, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
A loss of a yard.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Stepping up, he's going to keep him. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. Options galore here, second and a few inches.
It's second and inches.
Now Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. Fourth down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Barkley on the carry.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
First down, Giants. Jones to Ingram.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. A first down carry for Barkley. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 36. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. 65. 65.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Ball carrier.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The kick is good. Makes the score Giants 16.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. There's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
4-yard pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That catch good for only a couple. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Roethlisberger to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, a 22. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A couple of anxious seconds there. Probably felt like an eternity to him. That ball's tipped up into the end zone. And once it goes up there, you know it can be anybody's football at that point. Pretty lucky that one fell to the ground harmlessly.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Giants, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.